Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here and you vibe with the vibe, please like, comment and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let us get right into the video. The topic of today is apologies. When should we apologize? Why do we need to apologize? Does every situation needs an apology? A lot of people, including myself back then, when we apologize, we always try to justify while apologizing. We always try to say it wasn't my intention to. We always try to validate why we did what we did, and I feel like that takes away from apologizing genuinely. I've got so many apologies that never make sense to me. It's just like, oh, I'm sorry, but the reason why I did it was because of. Oh, I'm sorry, but you were why I did this. Oh, I'm sorry, but it's because I was going through a rough time. Oh, I'm sorry, but if I never do this, then I would do this. I don't think those are apologies. Let me know in the comment section if you think those are apologies. It just don't sit right with me. I think one of the reasons why a lot of people struggle to really apologize is because of their ego. Some people think they don't do anything wrong to others. Some people think that because they have a reason why they did what they did, it makes it right. Some people who they just don't care, and if they can redirect whatever happened on you to let you feel as if you were the problem as to why the situation happened, then it makes them feel better about themselves, and it makes them not feel like a bad person. Don't get me wrong, some things are genuine misunderstanding. Some things is just that a person never gets it from the perspective that you were receiving it, and it's just that only never meet at the same place, and one person might have a different narrative and the other person might have a different narrative. Sometimes that can cause issues, whether it's relationship, whether it's friendships, with family, with people overall. And nothing is wrong with saying that, listen, I did not get it from, I didn't understand it that way. This was not my intention. And another thing too, sometimes not because you did not intend for something to hurt someone, it doesn't mean that that's not how they will receive it. That we're not necessarily responsible for how a person receive everything, because the truth is some people have trauma that allows them to receive and hear things differently from how you meant it, right? And that is completely fine. Sometimes nothing is wrong to say, hey, I'm sorry for saying this, right? My intention wasn't to do that, it was to do this. So for example, you say something to somebody and you honestly in your heart, you know say I never that mean. You in yourself know say you never mean it that way, right? But they receive it that way. Nothing is wrong with saying, hey, I am sorry for saying this. My intention was not for you to feel bad, and this is what I meant by it. But do not say, I'm sorry if I've offended you. You offend the person. Whether or not that was the intention to offend the person, you offend the person. I'm sorry for how it may have come off. I know how it may have come off. It come off to the person a particular way already. So the best way to go about it, in my opinion, is simply just to say, hey, I'm sorry for saying this. My intention though was to say this. This was my intention behind the reason. Because the truth is, you can't take blame for something where you never mean. So for instance, you never mean it that way, right? The most you can apologize is to apologize for what you said, but you can't apologize for the intention, because if that wasn't your intention, it really and truly was not your intention, you know. And as I said before, sometimes you will say things and do stuff to people and you never intend for it to hurt them. And I feel like sometimes because we've never intended to hurt the person, it is so hard for us to take accountability. I feel like a lot of things sometimes just happen in the moment. You know, think about it. Is sometimes you and people in a heated argument, you say stuff, you do stuff that sometimes you necessarily don't mean. So not because you don't mean it, that not mean say you have to apologize for it. That not mean, whenever you say it, say words cut deeper. Words cut deeper though. So somebody will say something to you and that shit will cut you for years. Somebody will do something to you and that will rest on you for years. Right? Going back to the ego thing, a lot of people cannot just accept the fact that they're not all good. All of us have our flaws, all of us have our differences, and you're not going to be the protagonist in everybody's story. In some people's story, you're definitely going to be the villain. It's wrong with accepting that, and at some point we have to accept it, because no matter how you try to be a good person, no, we are human. We're gonna all do stuff that is not gonna always sit right with others. And I believe that if you have somebody who is close to you, somebody who you love, nothing is wrong with realizing that and say and be mature. A lot of us lack maturity. When I say a lot of us lack maturity, we lack maturity. We can't, and we lack reasonability as well, to say, you know what, let me try to understand from this perspective. Let me put myself in their shoes, and if this was my circumstances and somebody said this to me, how would I feel about it? You know, a lot of us don't have the ability to do that, and it is very sad. It is very sad. If a lot of us had the ability to say, okay, you know what, she's experiencing this different from how I meant it. How about I put myself in the position of what this person is experiencing, right? And after analyzing that, I am mature enough to say, hey, I can definitely see how this is affecting you. You know, I can definitely understand where you're coming from. I am sorry for this, and as me say, if something wasn't your intention, like honestly wasn't your intention, it's okay to say this is what I meant, you know, so that the person can also have a relief knowing that you never really mean for harm them. So let us work on how we treat people. Let us work on the way how we think. Let us work on being a little bit more considerate. Some things too, not everything requires apology, in my opinion. Some things are just from perspectives. Something is just saying, hey, you misinterpret what I meant, and the person can simply just say, oh yeah, for real, you know, whatever, and move along. Because honestly, if you did not do anything to anybody and it's just a misunderstanding, nothing is wrong with both parties agreeing to say, you know what, this was a misunderstanding and this is how we can move forward from it. But if you outright out of your mouth say what you mean, and you know say this say what you mean, right? And you still a walk around like the person supposed to come to you and apologize. You still a walk around as if, you know, you have some people in this world where we do your things and they will sit and wait for you to come to them about it. I feel like in this world we have to know we work to a point where you know say you don't do nothing to nobody, don't go out of your way to try and fix it, because as I always say in all of my videos, people know what they are doing. People know what they are doing. You hear me? So yeah, stay away from them people there. Them people there were them when themselves say they were the problem, they are the problem, but they try to let it look as if you are the problem. They try to twist it. And also when they do that, I'm telling you from experience, don't make it make you feel bad about yourself. Always understand that it's never about you. It's always about them. It's always about insecurities that they're battling. It's always about their pain. It's always about their problems, and they haven't fixed that. They haven't heard the saying, hurt people hurt people. They don't know how to deal with themselves. And I always say you cannot expect something from somebody that they don't give to themselves, because I'm guaranteeing you it's highly likely that you may not get it from them. You have some people like me, a lot of the encouragement when I give to others, I don't necessarily give it to myself every day. I honestly think I treat others better than how I treat myself, especially emotionally. I am always there for others, you know. But not everybody is like that. Some people don't have the capacity, some people don't have the capability to show that type of love to others, to show that type of consideration to others, and not allow whatever they are going through, whatever they're internalizing, and take that out and project it on others. Not a lot of people know how to do that. So when it comes down to simple things like apologizing, it is easier for them to feel better about themselves to just put all the blame on you. Don't put the blame on me. You know? So some proper ways that I think you should apologize when, you know, there is a situation is, first of all, simply just say, I am sorry for this. I am sorry for this. Take out the I am sorry that you feel that way. Because now it sounds like the person will apologize for how them feel. Take away the I am sorry, but you were the reason why I do this. I mean, I get why people always try to blame people for them actions. You always have a choice. Even if somebody do something to me, I react. How I react is always my choice. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying that everything in life you think about it immediately before you do it, right? Because every action have a reaction. But I am not going to blame. This is me. No matter what. Even when we react based off of what somebody do, I never blame for nobody for my reaction. Never. Because I always believe that there's always a better way to deal with things. So if me and somebody in our argument, or if me and somebody have a disagreement and I react a particular way, I am not going to blame my reaction on somebody. Yes, me react because I feel that you shouldn't have said that to me. I feel like you were disrespectful. So I'm going to react on that, right? But I'm not going to blame somebody because of my wrongs. I'm not going to blame somebody and take away to say, okay, you are the reason why I did this. No, I'm not going to do it. I'll work on being mature, learning to take accountability, learning how to see things from different perspectives, learning to understand people in our space, learning not to blame others for our actions, because in every situation both parties always have a role to play. Both parties can approach things differently all the time, whether we believe it or not. Both parties, even sometimes when no, me never argue with people, you know. I don't even argue with people. I keep quiet. Because back then I used to get so ignorant, I used to get so heated, and I've learned that I can't blame people for that. I really can't. I just have to find a way how to better deal with situations when I'm angry. You know, so I don't say things that I will regret. And as me say, a lot of people lack that maturity. Because it's easier just to say, you make me do this, you make me do that, than to say, you know what, even though what this person said was distasteful, I don't like the way I react. I don't like the way I got angry. I don't like the things that I said that was distasteful. And just simply just work on being a better person for yourself first. Because believe it or not, the range and when I get angry, I don't like it. The wind down after getting angry, me not like it. And that's one of the main reasons why I worked on myself to say, you know what, I will no longer allow people to take me out of character, because I have to take accountability for that. Now I just listen, and if I do need to say something, I try my very best to wait until it's not in the heated moment and deal with it from a mature point of view, and not when I am too emotional, because that allows you also to just deal with things in a proper manner and not causing more pain to what the situation that is already there. Apology not go kill you. Apology is really and truly, it not go kill you. If you're not wrong, if you just open your mouth and say I'm sorry and leave it there. And to the people that love to do things to people and wait until people come to knowing say I wanna do something to somebody, stop. Just stop. You know, if you realize that you in yourself did something and you know you do something, take the initiative, take the responsibility to go and solve the problem without waiting for somebody to come and solve the problem you created, you know. And communicate. Not every time people know that you have offended them. Nothing is wrong with communicating. Sometimes that really cause a bubble in the room that doesn't need to be there, because sometimes people genuinely don't know that they have offended you, and we think that they always know, and we start to react and move based off that. Sometimes the mature thing to do is also going to somebody and say, hey, you know, I didn't like this. I'm not sure if you were aware, but I didn't like this, because sometimes people genuinely don't know. But for the things that are more outright, for the things that are more obvious, for example, you're gonna tell somebody to suck their mother and expect that the person would be happy with that, or you know, things that are blatant, things that are obvious. Like, just do the right thing. Just take accountability, apologize the proper way without trying to blame somebody, without making excuses for what you did, without letting the person feel as if it's their fault. Just simply take the responsibility and take the accountability, see what you have done, and just say I'm sorry if needs be. And if honesty, and another thing with apologizing is honesty. You have to be honest. You have to be honest with yourself, and you have to be honest with looking into the situation and to see that, you know, so really and truly that never right. It takes a lot of honesty. I'll see you guys in the next video. Please leave some topics in the comment section. Please leave your thoughts. If you disagree, if you agree, if there's something that I left out that you think I should have said, you know, just talk to me in the comments. Guys, stay blessed.